Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we'll be previewing a game by Dreadbit called Seraph, or Seraph, whatever you want to call it. And in fact, like usual, I haven't really thought ahead, so let's lower the volume. I do apologize. Anyway, what is Seraph all about? Like we always say as well. Or, like I always say, let's continue the game and I will show you right away. We play a sort of a fallen angel. I'm not sure yet because, well, we have to read the story. I'm going to skip the conversation here in order not to spoil much for you, if possible. But anyway, what we're doing is we're an angel in a vessel. The vessel is this girl that we control. And we have to kill all the demons and get back to, well, His Majesty or His presence or, you know, basically we have to get back to our God because, well, obviously we're an angel. So, well, in order to do that, we use pistols and rifles and shotguns and stuff like that, obviously, and also, you know, various abilities on the bottom of the screen, as you can see them, and there are also very nasty demons about. So, the game calls itself an acrobatic shooter, which is pretty fitting, to be honest. You run about, you know, and you shoot enemies, and you might say, what's really different about this, you know, than other platform shooters to call it a platform, an acrobatic shooter? Well, let me show you. I mean, you can do various cool flips and stuff, and you can hang on to walls, you can jump over walls, you can do also some sort of a blink. So you have quite a few abilities, not only to escape, you know, the enemies, but also to make it all look very, very cool and epic. Now, there are, of course, various enemy types, various demons. Some of them are, like this one below here, is fairly, you know, easy to kill. These guys a little more, but the game makes, you know, makes it quite obvious which enemies have more health and which are, you know, just cannon fodder. Oh yeah, we've collected enough demon parts to craft disintegration. Oh, that's interesting. So anyway, let's get all this stuff and let's blink away. When you're blinking, you're invulnerable, which is quite nice, but of course you can't blink all the time. I mean, it's on a very short cooldown, but obviously while you're not blinking, they can still hit you. So let's get up here. Everything, all the models, you know, including your character and the demons are all 3D, which you've probably already noticed, which really makes it, you know, very nice. Now, in a game like this, I usually don't really play a lot of platformers like this, nor platformer shooters, but I have to say that, you know, animation is pretty important, especially for a game that calls itself an acrobatic shooter. Let's unlock these doors. Where are they? I don't know, actually. Oh, it didn't say. So, you know, for a game that calls itself an acrobatic shooter, of course, smooth animation is pretty important, because if it wasn't, well, it just wouldn't be, ouch, it just wouldn't be very interesting to watch then, or very nice to watch. Now, this guy, ow, he's actually a boss, I believe, of this level. Get away. And he's not gonna be nice. Ow, I'm actually not doing very well. Let me change weapons here. Now, he's in 3 phases. As you can see, he's got 3 sort of skulls, if you like. And for each phase, he goes into this sort of dormant state. And you have to use your special ability to actually, well, sort of kill him. Or, you know, bring him into the next phase. Now, there are also several enemies that use this mechanic. But of course, they don't have phases. You know, once they're down, or stunned, if you like, you will be able to use the special ability, which is on X, and yes, I'm playing with a controller, we'll get to that in a bit, and, you know, you basically kill them. If you don't, well, I haven't actually ever had an enemy survive long enough for that to happen, but I believe they just come back to life. Now, these guys, they have 1 skull, so we could try it on them, but there's quite a few of them. So yeah, the animation, the enemies, they look cool, they sound cool, the animation is cool. It's very nice. As you can see, our character over here can shoot at various enemies at once. I'm not sure if you can see it right here. There you go. We need to use X on that one. Bang! And then that one. There we go, and they're dead. They also drop various modes, health modes, XP modes, and stuff like that. And also bits and pieces that, well, of the demons themselves that you can use to craft or transmute into various miracles and weapons and oaths and basically upgrades that will help you throughout the game. Now, the game, as it works, isn't, I think, really designed... Oh, crap. It's a sector lockdown. I have to survive for a minute over here, and there's going to be quite a few enemies coming. The game isn't designed to be, you know, so that you start the game and then finish it, ouch, in one sitting. Because, well, you'll probably die without any upgrades and such. So what you actually do is you play the game and get to various checkpoints that are here and there. They're not very common at all. Ow! That was a bad choice. And those checkpoints will allow you to continue the game from that point when you start a new... Well, not when you start a new game, but when you start the game again. And I'm in serious trouble here. There's another enemy over there we have to destroy. Come on. Bloody hell. Ow! And I'm dead. Well, there we go. We do have a certain amount of lives. I think I've got 2 more lives, which is on the top left, that little icon thing by the level 1. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I've killed the boss. I can go to the exit, but of course I could go around and collect more motes and such. Oh yeah, this door I want to unlock. The levels aren't usually linear at all. You know, there's various paths you can take, but usually you want to explore a level fully to get the most out of, you know, everything you can gather. Because, as I said, it's nice for upgrades. Ow. I'm still using these bloody revolvers, which I don't like. And that actually, his attack does AoE. That's why I got hit twice. That's unfortunate. Yes, I want the submachine gun. I don't like the revolvers. Now, the normal pistols, as you get in the beginning of the game, they're fine. They're nice. Now, you can have an additional weapon on you at any time, but only that much. Unless, of course, there are some upgrades. I don't like the revolvers because you actually have to keep pressing the, you know, shoot button, which is the right trigger. Now, yes, I am playing this with a controller because, well, obviously games like these are much better suited to a controller where, you know, all the buttons are very close together than a keyboard. And even though I don't really... Oh, there we go. Now, these doors you can unlock give you a certain amount of time to get through the doors and, you know, get some nice stuff. Wow, 17 seconds. We have this in the bag. But yes, controller is, you know, a good thing to have over here because it makes everything a lot easier. And there was a double damage, which I could have used for this, for the big boss and everything else, but oh well. Double damage is very powerful when you get it. Of course, it only, you know, is on for a certain limited amount of time, but it is very nice. Oops. So anyway, as you can see, you go around, you kill demons, you pick up stuff, like these orbs. You don't necessarily have to go straight for the objectives or straight for the, you know, exit right away. And I completely screwed that one up. You can keep collecting stuff, but of course there is a finite amount of enemies on the screen, I mean on the level. Sometimes they do respawn, but that's only in certain situations where you're trying to close demonic gates and stuff like that. So here's the ending to the level. Now let's go through. RB to ascend. Oops, RB to ascend. I'm going to skip this again, you know. We don't want to spoil the story because... You know, I didn't think, but it's actually quite interesting. I mean, they made the story quite interesting. Now, because we leveled up, I can gain a new level or a new skill. Now, I already have Blessed Air 1 and Demonic Litany 1, which increases XP earned, and this increases the holy damage of a double jump blast. This means that if I double jump next to a demon, it'll actually hurt them. Now I can increase the level of these, or I can buy new abilities. Now all of these seem to be passive, which is nice. Killing a demon will send Seraph into a bloodlust. I'm actually going to... Oh, wait a second, I pressed B. No, I didn't... I continue without actually buying the skill. Arg. Well, there you go. There is my... you know, you can see my inexperience with controllers. Locate and destroy the demon portals. Alrighty. Now, the music is quite cool. Hello. I also wanted to say that the beginning weapons, the pistols, always have unlimited ammunition. There we go. There's one of those portals I was talking about. They will... Ow! Ouch! I wasn't paying attention there. Get away from me. They will keep respawning enemies over here to try and stop me, but we need to destroy the portal. Oh, and, well, there we go. There's my answer. I didn't kill this guy by pressing X, and he just came back. Not at full health, though, I believe. And these are nasty. They keep teleporting. They're just bad. Ow! Get away from me. Bugger off. And I have to kill this one. There you go. Now you might wonder, you know, what if I want to just destroy that portal? That guy was just standing there. What if I want to destroy the portal and the... Oh yeah, I've completely forgot to say. I do apologize. There is auto-aiming in the game. You don't have to aim at anything. As you can see, there we go. And she's firing at both of them at the same time, which is pretty damn awesome. Now what this means is two things. First of all, the game can be played by, you know, people like me that don't really play these platformers, are not very good at them, because, you know, doing all the acrobatic stuff, avoiding the demons and still trying to hit them, well, I mean, it would be doable, of course, but I certainly wouldn't be that good at them. Now, the second thing, and perhaps even more important, is the fact that it just looks epic. It doesn't matter, even if you're one of those people, you know, that just mash buttons on a controller because you're not actually sure what you're doing, it's still gonna look cool. Let me demonstrate. I'm just gonna... There we go. I just mashed buttons there. Now, of course, that doesn't mean... Oh, let's unlock that door. That doesn't mean that, you know, the game is so easy you can just mash buttons. No, in fact, it gets quite nasty. So you will need skill to pull it off. But if it's a single enemy or, you know, whatever like that... It actually just looks epic, even if you just mash buttons, because the animations are so cool, and all the effects are so cool. Yes, I want more submachine gun ammo. That's actually cool. Let me switch to the submachine gun, because there's the double damage. We can use that to our advantage. You will see how much damage we do. And that was the emerald coin. It's sort of like a magical ring, if you want, that gives you certain abilities, but you can only have one at a time. So let's go up here. Hello. Ah, excellent. Nice. It's a gate. Having double damage here is just really good. Because these parts, ow, are quite bad. Oh! No, you don't. Yeah! Awesome. So anyway, I was talking about, you know, what if you want to just destroy this portal and there's loads of enemies about and there's auto-aiming, you know? You won't really be able to shoot exactly at what you want. Well, you will be, sort of. Now, I think they did a really good job with the developers. If you want to, you know, target something specifically, you can just tap the right stick. You don't have to hold it, you don't have to click it or anything. You just tap it like that. There we go. And now I actually have him locked. It was so easy as that. Now, usually, of course, if there's loads of enemies on the screen, you're not really going to have the time or the reflexes or, you know, the accuracy of the actual game to select exactly the demon you want, but it's a really nice feature. If you're right next to the portal thing, you just, you know, sort of flip the right stick in that into that direction, and that's it. And I have a horribly itchy left ear. I do apologize. Ow. Ah, there we go. So yeah, that's a really, really nice little trick they made. Oops. Now, as I said, the original pistols that you get... What is this? Oh, the original pistols you get have unlimited ammunition, of course, because, you know, you need to be able to kill stuff. Now, all the other stuff you pick up, like the submachine gun I'm using now, you can see in the lower right corner that it's 188 ammunition. Ouch! I'm not very good at this thing. I've got 158 ammunition, and bloody hell, do we use a lot of it. And of course, you know, you can pick up more ammunition or you can find other weapons, but these weapons are always premium. They're always something, you know, you probably want to use only in certain situations when there's, you know, nasty demons around, or where you're trapped in one of those places where you have to fight them for 60 seconds before you can get out. Or you're fighting a boss, for example. I mean, you can always, you know, use it whenever you want, but you might want that extra firepower when it's really needed. So that's a really cool thing. 2 weapons, you know, one that's always unlimited and does, you know, a modest amount of damage. It's not bad at all, and you can shoot at 2 different enemies at the same time, which looks really bloody cool. And the secondary weapons, which you can pick up. Now, I also wanted to say this in the very beginning, but have you ever wanted... Well, it's not really going to sound nearly as dramatic now, bloody hell, because I forgot to say it. But did you ever want to play like Trinity at the beginning of Matrix 1, where she's, you know, running along the walls and shooting people and all of that cool stuff? Well, this is sort of it, really. I mean, maybe you're not going to do as much cool stuff as they did in the Matrix, but bloody hell, I'm just so much enjoying this game. You know, the gunplay is excellent. You don't have to sweat about trying to hit an enemy with, you know, your either secondary stick or your mouse or whatever you're using. It just looks really cool. The sound, the music is quite cool, even though I've only heard 1 track so far, which might get a little grating if that keeps up. The sound effects are really cool. The visual effects are awesome. I feel compelled to travel elsewhere. Ooh, let's see. Let's see if we're actually gonna go somewhere else. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I have to emphasize, I've done this on... Oh yeah, let's get this now. Last ammunition or touch of mortality? Oh, where's the other skill I wanted? Oh. Okay, well, let's upgrade this. More XP to level up faster. I usually don't play these kinds of games because I don't know. I mean, they're enjoyable, but I don't know. I just don't play them. Ah, here we go. A different environment. I knew that was coming. The champion demon of Terminus. Interesting. And of course, also different music. Is it? Yes, it is. Different music. So there we go. But I have to say, despite the fact that I don't enjoy... Whoa, these kinds of games that much. Oh, and I walked right into it. Brilliant. Some kind of poison. Marvelous. I have to say that I'm enjoying this to no end. When I saw that, you know, I get a lot of review keys, and unfortunately I just cannot... Oh, he tried to heal there, I think. I just cannot review them all because there's just so many. What's that on the ground? That was a weird... Oh, wait a second, that was a person. Did you see that? Oh, wait. Actually, that wasn't from the demon. That person was already dead before. So never mind that. Ow, they have a new ability. They place that sort of flame on the ground. That's not nice. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I get a lot of requests for review keys, and I died. And I just simply cannot do them all. But when I saw this, you know, arrive in my mailbox, I wasn't aware of it before this at all. So I looked at the screenshots, I checked out a couple of videos, and I thought to myself, I gotta play this. This just looks so epic. And in fact, it is. Now get away from me, stabby stabby Mr. Person thing. Bloody, yeah, thing. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? There you go. So yeah, if you like these sorts of, I mean, let's put it this way. If I'm enjoying this so immensely with a controller, which I usually don't use, a game of a genre that I don't usually play at all, imagine how much you're going to enjoy it if you enjoy these kinds of games, you know? I mean, yeah, he does heal. It's quite annoying. But nothing we can't handle. What's this? To take Ruby coin. Oh, I'll take that. Physical reduction, 25%. Not bad. So yeah, I mean, an excellent, excellent game so far. I'm really surprised by how polished it is, by how fun it is. You know, the gunplay is excellent. The sound effects are awesome. The music is banging, is awesome. Whoa, what was that? The enemies are really cool. I like them. They are very sort of, you know, nasty looking and demonic. And the gameplay, you know, despite the fact that it's auto-aim, it's not very easy. I mean, of course, I'm saying that because I'm not very good at these kinds of games, but the game can present quite a bit of a challenge. And also, as I said, weirdly enough, the story is quite cool. I mean, so far, it's quite interesting. There you go. I like these little guys. I probably shouldn't really be using the submachine gun, which I just noticed I only have 5 bullets left for. Brilliant! So I used it all on these guys. What's going on here? It's only those guys. Man, see, this is how cool this game is. I'm supposed to be doing a, you know, a preview, and all I'm doing is just bloody playing the game and going, oh, what's this? Oh, why are there only basic guys here? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and I just want to play on. With a controller, believe it or not. Yes, I am. Anyway, I don't think there's much more I can say, apart from just reiterating that it's a very polished game, very fun, looks epic, even if you're just mashing on buttons. Wait a second, where am I supposed to go? Up or down? No. There must be an entrance there somewhere. And, yeah, it's just pretty darn brilliant. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? I love how she uses... Whoa. Get away from here. That's right. Bang! Lovely. Man, the effects are so awesome. I know it's cliche in movies, and, you know... Oh, that's actually a boss. That's not cool. I don't have a special weapon. Oh, bloody hell, it's one of those guys. I don't like that. Yeah, I know it's kind of cliche to be using, you know, akimbo pistols and just shooting in 2 different directions and everything. But first of all, it's a game and it looks very cool here because it's so fluid and nice. And also, secondly, you know, she's supposed to be some kind of an angel, so she's got special powers and she can do that. She probably feels where the demons are, which is most likely why you can see in all, you know, in all directions. Despite the fact that you don't... Oh yes, I want the assault rifle. Yes, thank you very much. Let me show you the assault rifle. Very cool looking, very cool sound effects, as always. Ah! Oh crap! I have to get him. Bang! Get me! Oh, he only has 3 things. Those other things next to his health must, you know, that... Oh, those are his skills, of course. The fireball and the purple thingies. Where is he? I need to finish him off. There you go. Yeah! And now I can go to the exit. I could just play this on and just, you know, make a let's play of it or something. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is MetalCanyon, and we've been previewing Seraph. What an awesome bloody platformer. And, well, I should be probably fair and call it what they call it, a acrobatic platformer. And it is true, you know? You can do lots of cool stuff. And, yeah, it doesn't really detract from anything. You'd say, oh, it's just for looks. No, it's not. It's actually really nice to be able to get away from the demons. It's a part of the mechanics. And they made it look really cool. And as I said, the animations are polished, the music, it's just a very polished game. Go get it. Bloody hell, stop watching this video and go get the bloody game. Enjoy it. I'll see you next time in the next preview. Bye-bye. Oh, I completely forgot to make this even less dramatic because I already told you to, you know, pretty much get the heck away and buy the game. I forgot to show you the upgrades in the main menu. Now, you can only access them in the main menu. Now, this is done in one of two ways. Either you die or you quit to the main menu, you know, and save your progress. So, over here we have oaths. Now you can, you know, get various munitions oaths, which will affect your weapons, make them more powerful, or for example what I have here, each shot fired has a chance to be a critical strike dealing 50% bonus damage. Now currently I only have a common shard, which means plus 2%. So that means, I'm guessing, I have a 2% chance with each shot for it to be a critical shot. If I wanted to, I don't know, let's go to defensive, I already have shards over here. Now I can unlock this when 15 shards have been spent in defensive slots. Now these are the shards. You collect shards in the game, and then you can combine them, 3 of them, to make it into uncommon shard. So, actually, wait. That's why I never did. There we go. So you can either build a common shard or then, you know, combine 3 of them to make an uncommon shard, and so on and so forth. So let's see. Let's put it into something. Blinking through an enemy will damage them. Collecting full shards will now boost your maximum health. I don't know. Let's go for munitions. Damage from dual wielded. No, let's go for this one. Place the shard here. There we go. So, you know, you've got munitions, defensive, holy, and you can get all this stuff. But then, what's even cooler is transmutation. Now, you can actually make weapons. You know, you can upgrade your pistols, for example, which is probably something I should do, but I'm still collecting components, as you can see. I need terminescence. Actually, I have enough of it. I need demonic matter. I need tainted blood, metal parts, scything talon. Look at that thing. Wriggling frond, twisted horn. I really like how those look. Corrupted vertebrae, noxious trachea, and a hooked digit. I mean, it's just really cool, and you get a description for all of them. It's really cool. And then you've got wards, which you can craft. Of course, these are the things that appear, you know, on the levels that you can switch. You can only have one at a time. And miracles. Disintegration, a passive miracle that allows, a passive one, that allows Seraph to destroy unwanted weapons in weapon lockers to gain metal parts. Interesting. I might actually hold that one. Let's craft it. Bing! Alright. Anyway, so this is, yeah, what I also wanted to show you. So there's, you know, there's a whole nother level of the game here where you can build upgrades and then use them. As I said, even if you die, you will, you know, keep the upgrades and such when you continue the game. Progress on any existing campaign will be lost if you start a new game, although skill tree and transmutation progress will persist. So, of course, you know, if you want to start without any skills, you can still do that, or you can continue with everything you have. Even if you die too many times on a level, it doesn't matter. You'll just get back to the main menu and start the levels again, you know, from the last checkpoint you did. Of course, as I said, checkpoints are few and far in between. They're not even on each level, so be aware. Anyway, I'm really gonna shut up now. I do apologize about babbling so much, but Seraph, bloody awesome. Get it. Bye-bye.